Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here, and we have a new balance patch, Castle Nathria balance patch number 2, coming right up, maybe already live by the time this video is out. And alright, let's take a look at what's going to happen, or has happened. Wild Heart GUFF, finally the most powerful hero card, the Druid hero card, has been nerfed. Wild Heart GUFF old Battleground hero power granted full mana crystals. So for example, you could play Wild Heart GUFF and then you would actually have 1 mana left over, or 1 mana more than was spent on Wild Heart GUFF. Also every turn you could just hero power first and it would effectively cost 1 mana if you could then use all of your remaining mana. Now you can no longer do that because new Battleground hero power grant empty mana crystals. So that ramp has been limited a little bit, but not too much because GUFF itself still costs 5. You can still play GUFF on 5. Playing GUFF on 5 is the same effect as previously, because usually you don't have anything to do with that 1 mana that you got from GUFF, so you can still ramp up pretty fast, but now it has a bit more of a cost. Some people are saying that this is going to doom Druid. I think this is a moderate slap, but nothing too extraordinary, and GUFF is still going to be played in every ramp Druid deck. Then we had the very expected change to Edwin Defias Kingpin, from costing 3 and being a 3/3 back to costing 4 and being a 4/4. So the buff that was added in the first Castle Nathria balance patch has now been reverted. Miracle Rogue was still undergoing refinement by the time Edwin was originally buffed, and it didn't really look like Edwin needed to be buffed. Edwin became a clear outlier in the deck, and this was quite expected. Miracle Rogue should still be completely fine. But then we have some significant changes for Mage. Magister Dawngrasp hero power old, deal 2 damage, honorable kill, gain +2 damage. But new, deal 2 damage, honorable kill, gain +1 damage only. So the scaling of Magister Dawngrasp hero power is being weakened. And that is not all. Also Nightcloak Sanctum, 3 mana, freeze a minion, summon a 2/2 volatile skeleton from 3 durability down to just 2 durability. So Mage's ability to end games with Magister Dawngrasp hero power and Mage's ability to stall in the early game with Nightcloak Sanctum are both being hit. So especially for the Spooky Mage variant of the deck, these are some major hits. And that is not all. Also Quest Hunter is taking its share. Defend the Dwarven District, the first stage of the Hunter quest line. Deal damage with 2 spells, now it's going to be deal damage with 3 spells. So Quest Hunter will need 1 additional spell in order to get to the first stage, and also of course for the subsequent stages as well, total of 1 more spell. So Quest Hunter is a little bit slower and a little bit weaker deck now. Blizzard told us in advance to expect changes to some neutral cards, and oh boy, they kind of managed to surprise with the changes to which neutral cards, because Kael'thas Sinstrider is getting hit with the nerf bat, from costing 6 to costing 8, with the clear intention that Bran Bronzebeard Kael'thas Sinstrider no longer on the table. You will now have to be able to discount either of the card in order to pull them off, and that's just going to kill the Bran Kael'thas combo. That's going to kill the use of Kael'thas in every deck. Basically, Kael'thas now just won't be played, I suppose. You might still be able to play Sardenatrius. There might still be reasons for you to play Bran, although that won't be Sardenatrius anymore, apart from Druid, because Druid decks were not running Kael'thas anyway, so Druid just doesn't care, and Druid can Bran Denatrius all it wants, all day long. But this will affect decks like Shaman, for example, although Shaman also has the Parrot, so Shaman has a little bit more leeway. Other attempts to build this Bran Kael'thas Denatrius style combo decks. And yep, those are just gone. And also Smothering Starfish getting hit with a nerf battle a little bit, silence all other minions from 3 mana to 4 mana. So if this results in fewer Smothering Starfishes, then that could mean that Enraged Warrior and Paladin have a little bit more room to shine, because both of those decks rely on buffing their minions, and if you can't buff your minions because they're all going to be silenced anyway, then you kind of have a game with those. But maybe this will open up some space for those decks. And there are also 2 buffs in the patch, one of them to a neutral card, School Teacher. School Teacher used to be a 5/4 stats, but it was nerfed down to 4/3 stats. Now it's going to be partially reverted, and it's going to be a 4/4. So that is going to give it quite a lot more survivability, in fact, because the difference between 4 health and 3 health is massive. There are so many more ways to kill a 3 health minion than there is to kill a 4 health minion, so expect to see some School Teachers around here, especially in Naga Priest. And one more buff, and this time a Paladin buff. Alliance Bannerman has been unnerfed from 2 attack and 1 health back to 2 attack and 2 health. So just giving a little bit more staying power in the early game for Paladins. But what does this mean in the big picture? Well, in Mage, Spooky Mage is going to be hit much harder than Big Spell Mage. Big Spell Mage still has other tools that it can use to survive, and I think Big Spell Mage is not getting hit that hard. Maybe there is room for Big Spell Mage. I see a lot of people talking like Mage is getting hit so hard, but I actually think Big Spell Mage might surprise us, but Spooky Mage looks to be in real trouble. Quest Hunter, Ramp Druid, both of those are pretty good counters to Big Spell Mage, by the way, and they are both getting nerfed. So Big Spell Mage's big counters are getting nerfed, Big Spell Mage becoming a little bit less powerful, might not hurt the class all that much. Also, Control Shaman hit again through the KL nerf. Yeah, poor Control Shaman. Beast Hunter is one of the big winners here. Beast Hunter's main opponents are getting nerfed, and Beast Hunter is like, ha 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 ha, I'm on the rise here. And Beast Hunter also is pretty good against Paladins. It's pretty good against Enrage Warriors. So if we're hoping that, hey, the Smothering Starfish nerf is going to encourage Enrage Warriors, encourage pure Paladins, hand buff Paladins, well, Beast Hunter might have a thing or two to say about that. Also, Big Spell Mage, I don't think Big Spell Mage is going away. And then, one other prediction, I would love to predict that Naga Priest is going to be one of the winners. How many times have I predicted that Naga Priest is going to be one of the winners? I mean, every time I have predicted that Naga Priest has landed in the top 10, but it has never been able to make it just to the like top 3 decks. But Naga Priest is getting a small buff, and some of the nerfs might benefit it, so maybe there's something that that class can do as well. But mainly, I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of Beast Hunters on the ladder after this patch. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.